Howdy folks, I am Ruzkiel and welcome back to Let's Play Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. In the last episode, we started the island mode, Dagon Island mode, whatever the heck they want to call it. So, in this one, we're going to go ahead and get started on that. I kind of talked about what can be found. So, one thing I forgot to mention in my little intro or tutorializing is all the different collection areas have different effects on kind of like a person's vitality. So I think what we're gonna do is we could probably honestly get away with what, like three. Let's see, there's 16 students, so I want to start, well, let's start with 4 per area, and then we can do 4 cleaners. Yes, 4 cleaners. That should work. And then, so that takes care of that. So that means, hopefully, all these. We'll just do it like this. And I think we've got 4 cleaners and 4 on the ones that have the biggest effect on a person's willingness to get up and go. We'll start with that. And another thing is the list that under the potential collected materials. The way it's set up is top items will be more common, bottom items will be rarer. So if we do this, hopefully this means that we get to the point where we can do some free time events, and then we can go, and then I can start actually doing that and focusing on that. Whereas pretty much everything else can be just ignored for the time being. So we got a pretty good variety going, so that's good. Oh, good job, everyone! Now you have some free time. You can spend that time however you wish. Yes, but make sure you gather all the hope fragments within 50 days. That's everyone's goal, after all. I apologize for repeating myself so many times, but please, try not to forget. Even if you think it's impossible, don't give up. I'll make sure to do something so you can definitely accomplish it one day. Probably do it again. So don't worry, just talk to everyone a lot and gradually collect all the hope fragments. We got it. Also, if you use one of the trip tickets I gave you earlier, you can go somewhere and play. You can shoot for a love outcome, but also won't be able to gather hope fragments, so be careful. When you achieve the class goal, I'll give you these trip tickets, okay? Let's give it everything we've got. And there's more. As Usami has explained just now, you can now spend your free time with whomever you like. However, as you gather hope fragments, you'll notice the scenes are exactly the same as in the main game. So you might notice people talking about having to kill each other. I know that seems strange, but this is island mode after all. It's a bonus, in addition to the main story. So please keep that in mind and try not to judge us too harshly. Anyway, take your time exploring and enjoy. So we'll go meet with people. And depending on... Oh, they've got everyone kind of scattered around. I don't know how I feel about that. I was just kind of hoping everyone would be in the same area. It doesn't even highlight where anyone is. And I can't fast travel. Well, we'll try talking to Usami. Maybe there's some guidance there. Let's look at how much everyone loves each other. Okay, so this is the like the dating sim doodad. I'm not going to get into that too much. I don't care. So I guess the question is, I guess I do get my steps in. It looks like they must have everyone here. So Ibuki, you're almost done. Let's get you done. Spend some time together. You look bored, Hajime. Want to drink some tea with Ibuki? Oh, I've successfully picked up a boy! Now then, it's my treat to... So go ahead. Don't hold back. Okay, spent time today at the restaurant eating desserts and drinking tea with Ibuki. Feels like Ibuki and I grew a little closer. Let's give her some headphones. What was headphones? It was 30, 40, something. Hello? It's 46. Uh-oh. Okay. Maybe not quite that one. What's next on the list? 60. 60 is the clacker. Oh, yeah. That's right. Easily distracted. Why does Hajime want to know what Ibuki wants? Geez, this is bad. I might end up falling in love with you. So what are we doing? Oh, sorry. Like I said, the change in the text box kind of throws me off. It doesn't have the subtle color cues. Is that right? Did the color change? I swear the color changed. Anyway, when you were between Hajime and the other characters. So what are we doing today? Before we get to that, do you remember anything, Hajime? Anything? I hope I remember something. You know, about your talent and stuff. Since you've been hanging out with Ibuki for so long, you should have remembered something by now. Don't tell me all the stuff we did was just to help me remember. Wrong! Ibuki just wanted to play with Hajime. But Ibuki Miyota, the goddess of music, thought you might remember something if I stimulated your senses. But I guess Hajime was too dull for it to work. Oh, dull? I never expected that Ibuki was actually thinking about me the whole time. I didn't even notice. I feel a little shamed. Well, it's fine as long as you don't worry about it. I mean, the Hajime I know is the same person you've been from the start. How do you mean? It's pretty embarrassing, so I don't really want you to make me say it, but it actually doesn't matter at all whether you or not you remember. Because Hajime is already standing right here. I feel like you're someone who's willing to go far away to search for yourself. But your true self doesn't actually exist anywhere. Wow. That is pretty damn deep, knowing what we know now. That's freaking crazy. Because technically, the true self didn't actually exist anymore. To a certain extent. It was, that's pretty bizarre. Well, not bizarre, but that is some seriously awesome foreshadowing. Not that anyone playing the game normally would have really picked up on it, but that's actually crazy well written. I love it. The person standing here right now is who you are. The person who's changing every day, that's you. I believe finding yourself means accepting that you're someone who is constantly changing. Even when you're worrying about things, you're still you. Just kidding! Ibuki was trying to say things that she wouldn't normally say. After all, this is the very last event. Ibuki, thanks. I think. There's no need to thank me, because Ibuki was able to remember something she hasn't felt for a long time after playing with Hajime. The importance of giving your all when expressing yourself. You're always doing that. But to expand on that, the important part is to do it together with someone. Someday, I want to play music with someone who trusts me as much as I trust them. That's always been Ibuki's dream. I think believing that dreams come true as long as you believe is the first step is toward fulfilling your dreams. I have no idea if I actually read that right. It's just words. That's a little complicated. It's easy peasy. All you gotta do is believe. So, no matter what happens from this point forward, never give up. I could go two ways with that. It's a promise. Ibuki said that with a seriousness that I've never seen her display to anyone else. It's kind of surprising that I'm actually learning from her, but her words took root inside my heart. I won't give up. I'll definitely leave this island with everyone. Hajime, you're making a very nice face. Now, today's training is stealing a Akane snack and kicking Nekomaru in the butt. So suicide then. Got it. AKA picking a fierce fight with two raging demons. Are you seriously going to do that? Of course! Now, let's get on with it. I frantically ran after Ibuki because I had no idea what she was going to do. But I no longer feel like she's dragging me about like she used to. I feel a strong bond between Ibuki and myself. And we have finished Ibuki's events. Last event was not as touching as Mahiru's, or Chiaki's for that matter. Can't really remember any of the others. I know I've done Kaz and Fuyuhiko. I should know Kaz. God, he was such a bro. Anyway, we got Shredded Guitar, and yep, her undies, and that'll be that. I somehow narrowly avoided death and made it back to my room. So we only get the one free time a day. Okay, get plenty of rest. Do your best tomorrow. Day transforms. Oh wow, yeah. You know what? I just now noticed that the cleanliness hadn't changed at all. So, we obviously have plenty of that, but we can't make any of that. Probably because we only did the 3 areas, and there's probably lots of areas we can go to. So, doubling materials is always a good thing, and lowers HP cost of actions. Ooh, that one's a good one too. That one wasn't in the first game, and honestly, it doesn't look like we're gonna need this too terribly much. So it all depends on what I would like to do. Give me a second. And I'm back. So I think what I've decided to do, for now, is focus on getting this safety charm, because that slightly increases the efficiency of everyone getting everything, whereas all these other tools increases the efficiency of getting the other items, which, granted, is nice, but I think if I start with this, it might pay off better in the long run. Bunch of rope, which is already highlighted by our objectives, and I'm just going to call them diamonds because I'm not going to try to pronounce that word constantly. Jabimans, whatever. And cloth. So, accordingly, I have rearranged everyone's position. The cleaners are still cleaning. I want to see what it does to the cleanliness meter and see if I have to do anything else. Or if I have to put more people on it, I can take people off of it. What have you? So I'm gonna have 4 people at the Rocky Punch Market, 4 people at the military base, and 4 people at the ancient ruins. These are all the different locations that have rope. It should also allow me to find other materials at the same time. Maybe other materials associated with what I need, but I doubt it. The diamonds, if I'm going to find it anywhere, it's going to be the mountains, because that has a lot of minerals located there. And the other one being the cloth. Well, the cloth might show up at maybe the military base. Hard to say, but there's some alternative. I mean, there's some additional general materials there. So we'll start with that, and then we'll have our next blah 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 thing. So let's just go ahead and fast forward that. So it does go up a little bit, but not quite enough to so I do need like 1 more person on cleaning duty if I have 12. So I need 11 gatherers and 5 cleaners at this stage. Do I have... I didn't get any cloth. That's not good. I was hoping to get some cloth. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Okay, well, anyway, we'll go have some free time. The question being, now, is who am I having free time with? And what's happening with the pet? The pet's fine. I'm not doing too much running. So, honestly, I might just... Well, you know what? No, I started some time with Gundham, and I started some time with Nekomaru. Oh, Gundham, are you ready to have some fun? I know I like you. What would you like to do? For a second there, I thought I hit a bad button. But no. Now then, it's time for me to make my next move. Even I can be bored to death. So, are you going to entertain me, fiend? Spent some time today with Gundham quizzing to each other about animals. Certainly he won. Looks like Gundham and I grew some closer. So, Mr. Gundham, what is on your list? Number 18. Do we have number 18? We have plenty of sunflower seeds for your little 4 Dark Devas of Destruction. Of course! Hajime, you fiend! You are rather nice. As long as this treasure is within my grasp, I will never forget this day. Hold it! If you cherish your life, it's better if you don't come any closer. My magical beasts have a thirst to kill. You mean your hamsters? I thought they were docile animals. Just as I thought. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Sorry, that was way too easy. You will know true terror if you look down on them just because they fit in your palm. They are cruel devil beasts that will devour their parents, their siblings, and even their own children. Their territoriality is frightening. They'll never stop attacking until their opponent is dead. Today's fight started with Sandy, got greedy, and encroached upon Junpei's territory. Junpei was knocked aside and his foot stepped into Magazi's territory. Then, Magazi got angry and unleashed his anger onto Junpei. I was able to quell their rage by sacrificing my left hand. But it may not be that easy next time. Is that why he has all the bandages? I see. That's troubling. Could that be the reason Gundam's hand is always wrapped in that bandage? How very observant. Just like at least I'm not completely blind myself. By the way, do you know which species of my 4 Dark Devas of Destruction has the largest body? You mean which species of hamster? There's different hamsters? Well, this one sounds Russian. Russians are big people, right? No, evidently not. Are you talking about the Roborovsky hamsters? The attribute they possess is somewhat incompatible with me. They boast such a small and speedy size that you will lose sight of them if you are not used to it. Well, now's not the time to be impressed. I made a mistake. You mean which species of hamster? Honestly, I don't know. I didn't even know there were different species of hamsters. At least I got that 50-50 chance, right? Golden hamsters are the biggest species, right? Yes! Those fearsome demon beasts boast the largest size among all hamster species. However, they are also the most docile and are known for being the smartest, too. Other tribes feel no fear. Thus, they give it their all when biting and ripping what stands before them. But only Goldens know fear. Thus, they usually do not bare their teeth once they recognize you. You're saying they understand what happens when they bite people? That's why you must pay attention to their stress levels when you're breeding them. I certainly didn't know that. However, that isn't the only feature of Goldens. They have many other unlimited possibilities. Their fur quality and patterns. You could even say they have unlimited combinations. After much research, the fruits of my labor was about to be born. A fearsome demon beast with sparkling silver fur. A hybrid creature with dominant spots and bands. Gah! But now all I can do is pray for the safety of the mother and child I've left behind. I don't really understand what he's saying, but he seems to be worried about the hamsters he's left behind. You were probably taking care of other animals, right? Are those demon beasts okay too? There were no problems in that regard. I have pupils all around the world. I have already given them orders to continue my research into the synthesis of demon beasts. They know how to avoid any lethal genetics. They will carry out my will and conduct no atrocious experiments. Beyond that, I have already made arrangements to leave my demon beasts to those I trust. He's crazy prepared. Listening to Gundham makes me rethink how much of a responsibility it is to raise pets. You will never experience such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But if you ever do breed them, make sure you provide plenty of exercise, high-quality food, and a place to sleep. Such luxuries mean everything to creatures who only live 1,095 days after they are born. Remember well. And after saying that, Gundham walked off. I feel like I got a glimpse of the deep affection Gundham feels towards all animals, not just hamsters. Cool. I love him. He's such a great character. After seeing Gundham wallowing in sadness, I left the area. Certainly he misses his animals, evidently. And, well, unfortunately some of them betrayed him, but not his hamsters. They loved him to the end. So, I think, if things go like I expect them to, tasty food revives me. Akane seems to be feeling pretty good today. Since you're all working so hard, here you go. We get the spirit bomb. Okay, have a nice day. So every day, I don't know if it's every day or if there's set days or what, but there's a chance that things like that may happen. So if we look upon Miss Akane, yes, Miss Akane, there at the very top, notice how she is completely and utterly energized. She is ready to wreck some face. Everyone else is passing out on their feet. So I think we're going to have to give them some days off. Unless we have the Spirit Bomb, which restores consciousness. Sorry, ladies, one of you is going to get worked to the bone today. But that will be for another time. I guess in the next one we'll just keep doing island mode and continuing. We'll keep on going with Gundam's free time. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Farewell.